What's up, guys? This is Justin with Go Crazy Card Collecting. I've got a few things to share with you right now and kind of an update of where I'm headed and what I want to do collecting wise. But I want to show you first, because I love to look at baseball cards just like anybody else. I want to show you first a couple purchases I made. I'm working on a Lou Brock run, and I couldn't decide what run I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do a run, but I wanted to make sure that it was an affordable run and something that I would enjoy every card that I purchased. I kind of did that. So I decided to do Lou Brock. I do enjoy having all of his cards. I don't enjoy that some of them are in Cubs uniforms, but I enjoy every single one of those cards. And so I decided his would be good. And, even no matter what stage, even his rookie card's not super expensive. It's not cheap by any means, but relatively speaking, it's not super expensive. And let me tell you what I'm doing now. Something I'm going to try to pivot to after this, or kind of in the middle of it, because I'm saving up for it, is a Gibby rookie, a Bob Gibson, 59 Bob Gibson Pepto-Bismol rookie. And I don't have a specific grade that I want. I don't have a specific price point that I want. I'm trying to get a good chunk of money, and so I can start searching and make that purchase. So I did want to show you some updates to my Lou Brock run. This puts me exactly halfway through. And so I got his 73 in a 6. It's a beautiful card. I love it. The image is blurry there on the screen. The card is not blurry. I got that for $20. I found it for $20. I was pretty excited. It looks good, nicely centered, top to bottom, not so much, but I still think it looks really, really nice. And so that's his 73 in a 6. And then I got his 75 in a 6.5. This one's pretty hard to find centered at all. Like, it kind of comes diamond cut a little bit. A lot of times there was a 7 that was far more expensive. I got this for $15. I don't know if I said that. I got this for $15 on eBay. And there were several. There was even a 7 that was far more. There was a 6 that looked worse than this that was way more expensive. And so I was pretty pumped that I found this for that price. So I'm excited to add those to my Lou Brock run. And like I said, now I am halfway through. I've got 2 of the 64s. The story there is kind of cool. I've got a 2.5 that was my mom's. You guys know about that. I talk about it all the time. Maybe I talk about it too much, but, and then I've got a 6 that I was given in a collection, and I went ahead and sent it off, and it came back a 6. And so that will be part of the run, and I'll keep the 2.5, for me, because it was my mom's and I'm not going to get rid of it. So here's my story. My thumbnail says my first eBay sale. And so here's how this worked. Okay, I'm trying to save up for this Bob Gibson rookie. I had some money that I took with me to Boonville. If you've watched my channel or Billy's channel or a few guys, Chris from Missouri, some other guys, if you watch our channels, you knew we all went to this card show and met up and had a great time. And so I had some money with me, and I had some Father's Day money, and I had a little bit of other money that I had saved up just a little bit. And there wasn't really all the vintage there was stuff that, the people that were with us had. There was just a few more and some of it was out of my price range. So I decided to hold on to it. And so what I've made the decision to do is start selling a few things. And I've got so much stuff that I don't really care that much about and I don't ever look at. And Drew Vintage Legacy is kind of my inspiration for this. And so he talked about selling even 50-cent Tony Gwynn cards or whatever. He talked about selling, maybe he said Kirby Puckett, but whatever. Selling some cards, even nickel and diming yourself in order to get something that you really, really look at a lot and that you cherish and that you want. And so I've kind of decided to do that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my stuff and I'm going to start selling some things and start saving money for my Gibson rookie. And I've actually, so I brought that money back with me and I put that back. And so that was a good start. So here's my story of selling on eBay. Okay. I decided what I had a long time ago is 2 years ago, someone had given me a bunch of autographs. These are all autograph cards. Some of them are still playing in the minors 2 years later. Some of them are in the majors, but there's a bunch of them. And so all autos. And so there were a couple that I knew had a possibility of becoming a kind of a good sell, or might become worth something at some point. And so what I did is I held on to those. I held on to all of them. I'm going to try to sell the rest of them, maybe $10 bill here and there. But these two cards were Cal Raleigh. And if you don't know anything, if you're not watching baseball right now, Cal Raleigh is on fire. He is on fire. In February, I almost sold these cards, and one of them was comping for $21 and the other one was comping for $11. The 21 was out of 49, and it was an on-card auto rookie. And then the other one was it was a sticker auto rookie. And so both of them were Panini, and I was going to gonna sell them then, and just sell a bunch of these and say maybe I can get $150 for the whole lot, selling on eBay and all that stuff. And so what I did is, he's hot right now, and I'm like, now would be a great time. I was gonna hold on to him, and I talked to some buddies. Should I hold on to these? Should I get rid of them? What should I do? And so I decided to sell them. And so I put them on eBay, and I put them as a buy it now. And the to 49, I found a few comps of what they were selling for, these exact cards. And the 1 to 49, there were two sales. One was 145 and the other one was like 142 or 140, or they were both in the 140s. And the other one was one sale, and it sold for $64. So what I did is I took both those cards and I put the to 49 on card auto. I put it up for $150, and then the other one I put for $75. And within the first hour, they both sold. I got an offer. The 75 one sold for exactly what I was asking, and then the 151, someone made me a $120 offer. I countered it 140, and they accepted. So, not bad. My first eBay sale, and they were free cards that were given to me in this big stack of autos, and I just waited until now to sell them. And there's not a better time. And so I'm pretty pumped about that. So got a pretty good little chunk to add to my Gibby fund. I won't be going to the National because I'm a band director, and that is a prime time for us to be for camp and things like that. I start back at school on the 9th of July. We're going to Dallas tomorrow. Today is the 30th, Monday the 30th. We're going to Dallas tomorrow the 1st because I DJ a youth conference at the Lowe's, if you know what that is. That's a hotel they just built kind of in between Cowboy Stadium, AT&T Stadium, and Globe Life, where the Rangers play. And so we're going to a Rangers game tomorrow night. We'll go into Lowe's, kind of unpack a little bit, chill for a little bit, walk out of our room, downstairs, across the street into the stadium. And I'm so pumped about that. If you've never been to a baseball game where you're watching a couple teams that you don't really care about, you should try it. It's pretty awesome. I love to go watch my Cardinals play, but I love not having an invested interest in the game as well, because you're not on edge. You're just enjoying everything there is to enjoy about the game. And if the team you're watching or you're there for does well, that's great. If they don't, no big deal. My son enjoys it. My daughter enjoys it. My wife enjoys it. We're in air conditioning and Globe Life. It's weird watching baseball inside, but when you're watching a team you don't care about, it's nice to be in air conditioning. And then we have seats where you get all you can eat and all you can drink. And so it's a great little gig. So anyway, we're going to Dallas, and then I start back at work. And so the National is out of the question for us. So I don't know the path that I'm going to take when I'm ready to get my Gibby. And I am not going to buy it on eBay, I don't think. I don't think I want to do that. I want to either hold it in hand or have some really good people that I trust hold it in hand. And I'm not afraid to get a 3. A 2 with a Gibson is really hard because there's a lot of snowing on those cards. And so a 2 usually has quite a bit of snowing, and I don't know if I want to go that route. So anyway, that's just kind of where I am, where I'm going with the channel. I'm trying to make a trip down to Hot Springs at some point and do the baseball trail. I'm going to try to find a way to do that as soon as I can. It's going to be harder now that I waited until school was back in session, for me anyway. But I want to do that. I think that would be a really fun video. I'm going to start and make sure that I get on here a whole lot more, even if it's 10 minutes, like this one's going to be 10 or 11 minutes, and just talking about stuff. So anyway, I'm excited to continue on with my Gibby rookie quests and my Lou Brock run. And I'm going to put a bunch of these up for sale. I don't care if they sell for $5 each. I mean, there's like 30 of them here. If they sell for $5 each, you got a good chunk of change. So my first sale was pretty successful, I would say. So you guys have a good one. Go crazy card collecting. Love it when you comment, so please do. I love talking to you guys, and I'll see you guys later.